I'm so worn out from shark movies. I'm so tired. So this is one that I've been longing to do, especially ever since I heard the concept. Okay, little backstory. 2009, I think it was 2009, 2010, whatever year. There was a Blockbuster in my neighborhood, or in my town, city, area, whatever. I went in there one time and I actually saw Sharks in Venice. And at which point, I remember asking my mom, can I get this? And she said, no, it's too violent. It wasn't until years later that I remembered the cover. And I was like, hey, is that movie good or bad? And then I just kind of forgot about it again. And then I watched Cinemassacre's 50 shitty shark movies and he covered it. And I was like, oh yeah, that movie. Now I have it on my shark collection. And now we're reviewing it. So this shark movie is about a guy whose father goes missing searching for treasure. I don't remember what the treasure was, but it's basically in Venice. It's like it's like in a tomb hidden under the waters. And his father goes missing, and these mafia guys are trying to get it. So they kidnap the dude's girlfriend and basically force him to try and get the treasure. Sign me up for that. That sounds fun. So, yeah, the concept actually wasn't that bad. And here's the thing. This movie is exactly like Shark Attack, Shark Attack 2, Shark Attack 3, Megalodon, Shark Zone, Raging Sharks, all those shark films that use the same shark stock footage. I knew that going in. How was the movie? Well, before I watched it, I decided to read the reviews. Had 14% on Rotten Tomatoes. But I read the reviews, and one dude said that he was entertained throughout the movie. Was he right? Yeah, I was entertained. Okay, let me get one thing straight. This movie's not great. This movie's not great. But it might be my second favorite out of these shark stock footage movies, as I like to call them. Shark stock footage. Number one being Shark Attack, and number two probably being this movie. Because this movie was a lot of fun. This movie kept me engaged. I am a sucker for any action adventure that has the main character looking for treasure. Fuck, I'm going to review, once I'm done with these shark movies, I'm going to review a movie called Potter's Ground, which I can't wait to review because that's like a cowboy treasure hunting movie. So I'm excited. I'm a sucker for any movie that involves treasure seeking, like Indiana Jones, The Mummy, Jungle Cruise, which I just saw recently, which was actually surprisingly good. So, yeah, I think that for the budget that this movie had, they actually did a pretty good job. There's some continuity errors here and there. There's like a scene where they're driving through the Venice area, and like you can see that they're behind a green screen, and the green screen changes scenes within a second, and it's so noticeable that once you see it, you're like, okay, this was like a high budget movie. In theaters, they would not allow that, right? And besides that, and okay, so in terms of things I liked, I thought for the budget, what they were able to get away with was pretty good. The action, entertaining. I thought for the most part, our two main leads were actually likable. There wasn't anything they did that was stupid, and they were fine. I liked the chemistry of the boyfriend and the girlfriend they had between each other. I also thought that the mystery was engaging. Like, I was like, okay, I'm wondering what's going to happen. Are they going to find their father? Spoiler alert, they don't. They never bring it up again, so fuck that. I thought that mystery was engaging, but sorry that you got spoiled. And I thought that the villain was not memorable, but It was menacing enough. Here is the problem with this movie. The acting is not good. And, of course, it uses the same shark stock footage that I mention all the time. It uses the same scenes, but to be fair, this movie probably uses it the best. Because, not one point when I saw the shark stock footage was I thinking, oh, that shark's in fucking open water. I was like, okay, it's very well composited, and it actually looks like the shark is where it's supposed to be, in the city of Venice. So I like that. And I thought the kills were pretty cool. There were one or two deaths that caught me off guard and had me laughing, so that was a lot of fun. But it's just the acting. The acting is what is really bad. I don't know where they found these actors. I don't know if any of them are named actors, but man, they're not that great. The main character, he's always saying things like, "You'll wish you never did that," instead of, "You'll wish you never did that. Why are you doing this to me?" He's always whispering his lines as almost he's afraid to say them. He's like, "No, why are you doing this to me? We gotta find the treasure. It's my job. My dad's missing. I gotta find it." Instead of my dad's missing. All right, I gotta find the treasure because that's what my dad would want to do. He's not really giving it his all. It'd be fine if you're giving it your all and the acting's hey, at least you tried, but this one just doesn't really seem like he's giving it his all. It just doesn't seem like he's trying, But hey, it's a made-for-TV movie with a budget of probably $100,000 or something like that. I don't know how. I can never find out what the budget for these movies are. I never can because they don't ever list it on IMDb or whatnot. And by the way, the IMDb casting list, terrible. I think I saw Samuel Jackson in the casting list for this movie. I was like, he's never in them. He's never once in the movie. What? Another thing I should mention is that some scenes can drag, and some of the scenes, not all, but some, they can be a little bit okay, can we just skip it forward a little bit? And plus, the movie just kind of ends. It doesn't really feel like, anything's wrapped up. It doesn't feel like, did the two characters make, amends? Did that character do that? Like I said earlier, spoiler alert, the father, they just never find him. And they never do anything with that. So, it's just they kind of leave stuff open. And they never close it. So, and like I said, some scenes do drag. But for the most part, I found this movie entertaining. Is it great? No. And for that, I am going to give it a C+. But I actually do recommend you go see this. Personally, I had a lot of fun with it. Maybe you guys won't, but most people I know didn't think it was that bad. Like I said, it's not great. It's not great. I think the acting could be a lot better, and it is kind of the reason I am giving it a C+. But man, I had fun. I can't deny that. If a movie entertains me, then it's got me sold. Guys, we're almost done with Shark Month. We're going to review The Meg, Great White, and then Jaws 3, and then we're done. We're done, and then I can review other movies.